Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Get Ready With Me. I picked up a couple of new items that I wanted to try out for the first time. I picked up the Patrick Ta Transition Blushes. I got mine in the shade Shy at first. I saw these and at first I thought they were a gimmicky product, but then I started thinking it might be kind of cool to just see what the concept would be. So the concept is it's supposed to be a transition between the blush and the concealer, and I've been thinking that I'm kind of really want a lighter shade kind of for that area anyway, because I'm feeling like there's just such a stark contrast between my concealer and my blush and highlight. So I'm thinking this might be good. It might be good to put underneath highlighter as well. So I'm curious to see what this is. This is a pretty light shade, like it is a very light peach. I mean, I could try to swatch it and it's like not gonna come up at all hardly. So yeah, like you can't even see it. It's almost like a fine pink powder, so I am curious. I also got the Tinted Moisturizer by Laura Mercier. I just got a mini version. It was only $25 compared to the full size, which is like double that, and I have so many foundations that I'm perfectly content with a mini, but I have heard good things about this, so I want to try this as well. And I also got some things from my Ipsy Extra that I'm going to try, so let's just get started. First item is from an Ipsy Extra. It's a toner from Skin & Co. So, yeah, why not start with skincare? You know what? I hate that the little topper, the stopper, is getting stuck in there. I absolutely hate it when that happens with packaging. Let me try if I can reopen it, because it, like, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And just rub that into my face. I'm gonna let that sink into my skin for a moment. While that's setting in, I am gonna go into my lip prep with my Milk Makeup Kush Lip Oil. Love this. Feels so nice on the lips. I've had this for a few months now. I've actually been using quite a bit of it, so you can tell it's a favorite of mine. And serum, I'm just gonna go in with the Merit Great Skin Serum. It's the Instant Glow Serum. This is just like a mini, like sample, deluxe sample I got in a Sephora order a while back. I've gone through a couple of these small ones and I do love it. Eventually I feel like I'll get a full size of this, but for right now, if I can keep getting them in like my little mini Sephora orders, I'm just gonna keep doing that because it's technically free with purchase, but still, it's a little bonus item, so I do like it. Moisturizer, I'm trying to finish this up. It's the My Clarins Refreshing Hydrating Cream. I like only have 1 or 2 uses out of it, so I'm kind of hoping I can just make an empty out of this, and then I can just use other moisturizers. And I actually, you know what, I think I might be about there. I've been on the edge, you know. That's the thing about makeup, and I love it because it, like, you're getting your bang for your buck. You're getting more bang for your buck. But like there's always some extras in there, like in the sides, as I'm trying to dig it out, but it is, I've had this long enough that I am ready for it to be empty. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it. And I know that a lot of people, and I am one of those people who typically like cut open the packaging, try to get every last bit of it out, which is a very good thing, but at the same time that last little bit is bacteria and that's not really good for your skin. And because I'm moisturizing my face, I am going to moisturize my hands. I do have very dry hands, and they've been going through a dry spell lately. It's like every time the weather changes, my skin dries up, and that especially includes my hands. So when I am doing my skin prep steps, I usually do hand skincare as well, and sometimes body, depending on how much I get on my face. But yeah, that feels really good. And this, I have repurchased this a couple of times. I do like this. I do have a lot of skincare right now, so I might hold off this time around. But this is a favorite of mine. I believe it's still available, but I've gone through a couple of these, and it's like, I do prefer a thicker moisturizer, and this is it. So it's always a proud moment when you can finish up makeup, especially if you are a makeup collector like I am. I mean, definitely, I am a makeup junkie. But always feels good when I'm able to do that. I am going to go in with some eye prep next. This is just the Osea Ocean Eyes. Again, you can tell that I love this. I got this in an Ipsy Extra later last year. And it's got the little roller ball. The only thing I don't like is that this roller ball doesn't quite like to stick in there and it leaks out a lot. But this is another favorite of mine. Just gonna rub that in with my fingers. That's it for skincare. I'm gonna let that sink in while I do my brows. I've got my Morphe brow pencil. I'm like having to use my shirt to open the lid because my hands are all moisturized from the skincare. So I'm just gonna throw these brows on really quick. I'm literally just drawing them on, filling them in. I hate doing brows. I really do, but I feel like it's such a necessary step to makeup. And my brows are so sparse that I do have to do quite a bit to them, but I hate like overdoing it. I'll like look in the mirror, like I've got my close-up mirror and then I've got my bathroom mirror that I go and like get a good hard look at. It's a little bit better lighting, a little bit more far away from me so I can see it better. And it's like I always feel like my brows are not quite filled in enough, so I'm trying to get better at that. I don't quite know if they're fully even or not, but we're just gonna leave it there and get what we get. I probably need to fill in a little bit more underneath this brow. So, I don't know. I hate it. I hate brows, but well, it is what it is. I'll fix it later. I am gonna go ahead and set these brows with the NYX Brow Glue though. So just alright, normally at this point, if I were going to be out in the sun all day long, I would apply sunscreen, but I'm not. I'm just going to an eye appointment today. I'm going to just go get my new glasses. It's a yearly thing, but I am going to go ahead and just prime my face with the Natasha Denona Hygiene Priming Serum. Anymore, I am finding that I like to use dropper foundation. Anymore, I do find that I like to apply dropper anything, like apply it to the brush and then just apply it to the face. And then just do that. I hate feeling stuff like this on my skin, like on my hands. And then I feel like if I were to apply it directly to the face, it just gets everywhere. So this just seems to be what's working for the moment. I'm always kind of switching up techniques, but this is my current go-to for this, and I do love this. I've used quite a bit of it as well. It's another favorite of mine. It is just, I love it because it's got some grippy effects, it's glowy, but it's not like glittery and out there in your face, and I really do enjoy this. For eyeshadow primer, I have been loving this Essence Jelly Grip. I did put this in my June monthly makeup haul and review, but I just wanted to use it on camera officially instead of just a little bit of B-roll. If you want to hear my full thoughts on it, just go see that video. But I apply it. I let it sit for about 20 seconds, and with this, normally I would set my eyeshadow primer with either a translucent setting powder or just a bone color, like a skin tone eyeshadow, but I don't feel like I need to with this. If I am wanting to correct the color, like if I had some veins or something showing up, or I just don't want this exact color, I would put a base down, especially if I am using brighter colors on the eyelids. I would do that, but I don't feel the need for that. I just want my eyeshadow to just stay on my lids. So yeah, for today, I'm just going to do a very simple eye look. I'm actually going to go into my two Ofra palettes and just use some blush, bronzer, highlight today. I don't know if either one of these are available or not. Really just use a powder, bronzer, blush, highlight in a similar tone. I feel like these tones, basically, you can get them anywhere. But I am going to start with the Ofra Miami Mini Mix Face Palette. And I'm going to go into the lightest bronzing shade and pop that in my crease. Today's look is going to be very much blush focused. So I really just want to do something super simple on the eyes. I don't know, I feel like I'm trying to tone down my eye looks a little bit. But I feel like every time I try to tone down my eye looks, I feel like my eyes are missing something. I don't know, I feel like because of my eye shape, I feel so washed out when I'm only doing a little bit in the crease. Like, I love a good crease shade, I love a good outer corner shade, and a good shimmer shade. But I'm trying to be better at just doing a quick eye look, I am going to use this highlight shade. Any kind of soft gold will work. But I feel like I just look so washed out when I don't define my outer corner. And I think maybe it just has to do with I'm just not used to doing my makeup like that. But it is a very pretty look. I just feel like it washes me out a little bit. See, I want to add. See, I like that. I really do, and I like those tones. But I just want to add a little. I just want to define that a little bit. I kind of want to dip into this shade here, but I think I'm just going to leave it there because how blush focused I want the look as a whole to be. So I'm going to leave it there for now. I'll come back and use probably that same bronzer on my lower lash line. But I'm going to try my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer. Always trying to find my makeup brushes. Sometimes my kids get into them. That was not the case this time, but it did take me a minute. But I'm going to go ahead and apply it with a foundation brush. I am going to go ahead and just apply a little bit on the back of my hand here. I love how nice and thin that applicator is. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take that, just put this on my face. I feel like a good way to tell how light or full coverage a foundation is to put it over a slightly glowy base. I mean, obviously your skin tone and like how it covers the blemishes on your skin is a good telltale sign, but depending on how much the glow does pop through, I feel like is another good sign if you just have a hard time trying to figure out the coverage level of your skin. So I'm just going to buff that there. I'm going to take it, I'm just going to buff that in. I got mine in the shade Birch, so it's the light neutral shade, so it seems to be a good shade match so far. So you're gonna buff that in. Definitely light to medium coverage. I might go back in with the beauty blender. Do that. I just want to see where we're at with the brush. But yeah, I'd say definitely like you could still see some blemishes here. You can see a little bit of the glow peeking out from the primer. Yeah, I'd say light to medium coverage. I am just gonna just add the one layer. It's a tinted moisturizer, so I got it because I like lighter coverage. I'm not a huge fan personally of full coverage foundations, but yeah, I definitely have the acne marks there, which I'm not too worried about. I think it's just hormonal acne, but every once in a while it does. My skin goes through phases where it's good and where it's bad, and usually it has to do with my time of month and all the other fun stuff. So I've got my mirror like right here, but yeah, I like the shade match. It's definitely lighter coverage. I'm gonna go in, I just have a little baby sponge here. I'm just gonna buff out the crease marks from the brush. I am liking it. Very, very pretty. I think I want to say I have the shade Birch in my more full coverage foundation. I've got like their weightless one. I think that's the shade. So it is a good match for me. And I mean, I'm a little bit tan right now, but if you look to the neck, it's not too bad, and especially once I put like blush, bronzer, everything else on top, it should be good. But again, just going over this and buffing it out. For my concealer, I am going to go in with my NYX Bear With Me concealer. Another lighter coverage concealer. I'm just going to use a little bit. I'm going to do like half a pump on the back of my hand and just put it under my eyes. I've got some redness around my nose over there. And then I've got just some blemishes here, which I probably put too much on. But, and then just buff that in. Everyone's summer going. We having fun? We ready for it to be over? I don't know, as a homeschooling family, I'm ready for school to be back in session so we can start doing stuff without it being crowded. I met up with a friend of mine and we went bowling a couple days ago, and it's like a bowling / arcade. It's a really neat little spot. But we went on Tuesday thinking that okay, it's not going to be crowded and it's not going to be insane because it's like in the middle of the week, and it was insanely crowded, and especially for like being in our small town. We're like, this is insane, and then we're like, wait a minute, it's summer, the bowling alley's doing like special deals for children, and so all of the public school kids are out in there, and then there was like a bowling league going on. We're like, wait a minute, this is not a normal Tuesday afternoon. So then we're like, we're ready for school to be back in session so that our homeschool families can have our spots again, which we don't go that often, honestly, and no judgment here. I'm not worried about it one bit. I just thought it was funny. We were just kind of joking about that because we're both homeschooling our children. Alright, I'm just going to go back in with that bronzer shade and just buff that on the lower lash line. And with that same brush, just go in with the highlight and just pop that in. I'm going to take a bigger, fluffier brush and just get a good bronze of the face. I'm going to prepare for that transition blush. So the way that transition blush is to be used is you're supposed to apply your blush first and then you're supposed to apply your transition blush. Now it said to use the Patrick Ta liquid version. I did not get that. I've heard that there's not really a need for that like first one, so we're just going to see what we do with the powders, and if I decide here on that I want to get the liquid version, then I will, but I just kind of want to see where we're at now. So because this blush is like a very light, soft pink tone, I'm going to go into this Ofra blush palette. It's like the Charm Your Cheeks one. Again, just use any kind of blush, powder blush that you can find. And I think I'm going to go in with this shade here as my normal blush applicator. So if I look at the two of them, I feel like these two tones will go really well together. So I'm going to go in a normal blush brush and just add that like I normally would, just kind of at the tops of my cheeks. I have been doing my blush slightly differently. I've been trying to wear my blush higher lately just because it is more flattering on the cheeks, and just kind of doing that, trying to go a little bit more higher and not so much on the apples of my cheeks and just kind of bring it down. And then I do want to just do a little bit on the nose. I'm going to have to play around a little bit here. I'm like, do I want to go lighter? Do I want to go with a deeper shade? Another blush here. So, but from my understanding, it's supposed to go like right in here, and it's supposed to be very light. Let's start with the lightest shade because I am so fair. I just want to see. Okay. See, I have no idea if the light's going to pick this up. I am noticing a slight difference. I am wearing it pretty high. Let's see. Let's see if I can adjust my lighting. My lighting's not the greatest. I don't know if that's any better or worse, but go back in and I want to just put that right there, like literally right where my concealer is, like right at the end there, because I think that's kind of the goal of it. So yeah, I kind of notice it off camera a little bit, not really. Let me try the deeper one and just see. I don't want to overdo it. See, I do notice that there with the slightly deeper shade. I know sometimes I feel like I'm not as fair as I think I am. Sometimes I am definitely light. See, that does make more sense right there. I can see more of that with the light, with the slightly deeper shade. I do have a light complexion. I am not a fair complexion, so sometimes I feel like I'm more fair than I am, and especially because it's summertime, I do have a little bit of my summer tan on. So let's see. So there's that. I'm going to go in slightly with this blush here and just amp that up a little bit. Like I said, we're going to go more blush blindness, which is not my norm. I am loving that. I like the deeper shade, but I am like really like, I don't know if you can tell on camera. I'll just show you in natural lighting in a little bit, but that is beautiful. I think it's worth it. I think I want more shades of this, and I am excited. I am going to go ahead and add some highlighter on top because I also feel like that transition blush would be the perfect place to add some highlight, like a perfect like base for it. Maybe it'll make it pop. I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to go back into that gold highlight. Just place that right on top. Yeah, I mean, realistically, is it more like a blush topper? Yeah. And you could totally do that, like do the same effect. But watch, this is going to become like the new thing. Like every other brand's going to come out with a new transition blush. Patrick Ta just got there first, but I'm obsessed with it. And it's so bad. Because now I want to try more shades. So I don't know. I'm glad I got this. When I put in my Sephora order, I'm like, I do not need another blush. And I'm like, well, it is a transition blush. And now I'm like, I think I'm like, this does add to my collection, though it's absolutely not necessary, and I also kind of want to try the liquid version as well. So, yeah, this is really, really bad. But, you know, yeah. Okay, setting spray. I got this Morphe Continuous Setting Mist in an Ipsy Extra. I know they've got the white version now, which I think is probably pretty much the same thing, so I'm just going to use this all over my face. And then I am going to go in with my lips. I did slightly take off my lip prep, but this is the Lovecraft Beauty Tubular Lip Tint. I did try this out the other day, another Ipsy Extra. I did like it, but it's literally like, it's a marker they draw on your face. It looks like something that the kids would use for a craft. I'm just going to slightly draw it on. I do like that it does have a staining effect. But definitely prep your lips well with this, and you do have to work kind of quick. I prefer stains. I just feel like they last longer. They're low maintenance. And it's easy to use. I mean, again, work quick. I did wear it by itself without anything on it the other day, and I did like it. But yeah, just creates just a subtle tint. And I am going to go into my Haus Labs Lip Oil on top just to give it some shine. And there's that. I'm loving how this look is coming together. Then for mascara, I am going to go into my Tower 28. Is this their Make Waves mascara? Yes, it is their Make Waves mascara. I got this in an Ipsy Extra. I've heard a ton of good things about it. And so far, I'm liking it. I don't know, I'm finding that I prefer more like lengthening, volumizing combo mascaras. And this is just lengthening. I feel like a few years ago, I would have loved just this lengthening mascara, but I feel like my preferences have changed. I don't like a full volumizing mascara, but like the Essence Lash Princess is like perfect because it is lengthening and volumizing. I understand that I could layer my mascaras. I just don't like to because I'm just lazy, and it's just an extra step. And so look at that side to this side. I mean, it's not like an over dramatic effect, but it does give a nice lift, nice coat to the lashes. I don't curl my lashes mostly because I keep losing my eyelash curler and I haven't bought a new one yet, so eventually I'll go back to that, but I am perfectly content not. And that is the makeup look done. I love how fresh this looks. I love the simplicity of it. I do like how it turned out, and I'm gonna go finish getting ready. Probably gonna go. Well, I was going to straighten my hair, but I feel like it wants to curl today. So I'll probably go curl my hair, get dressed, and I will show you the final look at the end. Here's the completed look. I'm going to go ahead and spray some body spray from Bath & Body Works. This is just my Cucumber Melon. I love this mist because it's light, but still a little something. Natural light. I do like how it looks. I mean, the lighting's not great. I'm kind of by an awkward window. But here's how it looks. I do like the way it makes the cheeks pop. I like the little glow that it gives. I mean, this is from the highlighter and the glowy underneath, but I do like how that transition blush just makes everything pop. So yeah, and the lips are definitely popping, maybe a little bit too much, but I do like the look as a whole. I think it's very summery. And here is an outfit of the day. I am just wearing a t-shirt and shorts. But again, I'm super happy with how the look turned out. I'm happy with how the blush performed. But if you are new here, welcome to my channel. I do videos focusing on beauty and lifestyle, and my goal on this platform is to share my love for beauty as well as my love for Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. If that's what you're into, hit that subscribe button. But if not, but you still want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.